This is Soundtrack Saturday. Got a movie. I hadn't seen this movie in a while, but it's a film called Ride. It comes out in 1998. Stars Malik Yoba, Sticky Fingers, Fredro Starr, Guy Torrey, bunch of people. John Weatherspoon. Cedric the Entertainer pops up in this. It's about a film student who becomes like an assistant to a music video producer, does exotic music videos. So she has the task of getting all of these like, up and coming artist wannabes to get on the bus and go to Miami to be a part of this music video. And of course the bus breaks down and that becomes a big issue of just getting there on time. Released by Tommy Boy Records. This was a fun movie. It was like one of them lower budget movies, so you might have missed it.
Macca, get the party bumping like Badussy. Yo, I'm fucking up your audio. Hardcore reservoir material video. And when you arguing, me and my man Dave Paulison and E walking while the valet park.
Terrible beat. Horrible beat to start this soundtrack off with. And I like all of these guys who are participants on this song. I know that Erick Sermon ain't make this beat because it don't have his DNA on the bone structure of this. And then Dave Holster, he get on here trying to. It's like a weak ass Teddy Riley thing he trying to do, like Blackstreet type of shit. I'm cool on it. I leave it to Blackstreet. Redman saved his portion of the song. He held his own and he made this a tolerable song.
Get on my bent out of shape one time. Play them all, staring at your bird of all. Sunshine, watch my shit shit. Niggas in the back, wigs lit. You know the stats guard, don't even ask for backslid.
It's got a very simple bass line to it. It doesn't really push the needle for me, this song here. You got the Wu and Onyx coming together, and they just put them on some tunnel back alleyway beat. Good to hit a Wu on this soundtrack. But this ain't a jam. This ain't a jammy jam. They trying to put literally like 15 rappers on this damn track.
Let me find out. They're selling dimes out. My crack house. Then I scratched out. Let me catch that just like stack out. Kick it back out. Have you mad vex like you did your whole bid, but didn't max out. Your whole day is, in other words, courageous. From South Carolina to DC.
You got Nori coming with that. It's the situation. Hit you like a Lithuanian. Hypnodation. Kiss sensation. This is like one of those experimental beats. They got these like Arabian sounds in there. Doesn't really work for me. It's kind of whack, but Nori, he's an artist, man. He knows how to finagle it. The standout definitely is Nas, because he got that butter flow, man, and he always slipping some knowledge in there. Shout out to Nas, man. Still not a record that I'm like putting in my playlist though.
You know it's tight. People say they gonna cue you out of sight. Yo, get cheeky out you go. Coming through, but to do the impossible. Every time I write the rhyme, you know it's tight. People say they gonna cue you out of sight. Yo, get cheeky out you go. Coming through, but to do the impossible.
Rufus Black, this motherfucker's like a spider monkey, man. He's all over the place. He'll sing a little bit, and then he do some wild, like almost Busta Rhymes type shit, but then he's spitting like crisp bars and in places where you're like, oh, you can do that too? It's not whack, I would say so far. It's the most interesting one I've heard for sure.
I write to rhyme and graffiti and every show you see me in fatigue fit, true click, we on major league. Move with the villains, and that's why them fools fillers. Macadon with your own life, in the ghetto. I wanna tag like Beto, settle with the style, the meadow.
This sounds like a record that should be on here, and it's the most popping record that I've heard so far. And you got somebody interested on here. You probably never heard of Lil Mac, the lyrical midget. He's on here, and he's older now. He came out in '92, so he's he was real young then. That's the real first Lil Bow Wow. No Limit sound good. They bringing that New Orleans flavor. Got me an X in the building.
Houses on the hill, living real swell. That kingpin life, baby. Straight up.
Yeah, DJ Unique on the motherfucking beats, Know what I'm saying? Making that shit sound so sweet, Bringing it to the motherfucking streets. Know what I'm saying? We're gonna do this like this. Know what I'm saying? That South, that West, coming together.
It sounds very, West Coast. You got a lot of West Coast motherfuckers on it, but then you got Big Mike in there who brings that Southern influence to it. So in the beat even sounds like a West Coast and Southern mixture. They kind of pulled that off pretty well. You got a lot of talent on here. I mean, Mac 10 shows up. Even got fucking Earth, Wind, and Fire, which I can't even tell where they are. They must have just been on the instruments, just falling in on this hip hop shit. It's mid to me. You know, it's definitely not coming home with me, but it's a nice art piece to look at.
But I pray to lift me. My day was 50. Y'all can catch me at the spot hollering about give me trade for 50. If we can get through, boo, just let a nigga dig you. With some of them thoughts, you ought to spend one night with Big Who. And check my game, cause I'm your main dropping some sense. Don't be running from Popo, they straight call them hopping the fence.
Black, they got one on here. This joint smooth, and they're rapping. They know what they doing. Never heard of these dudes either. I think they're kind of super underground. Also, seems like it's a duo, like it's two dudes. So shout out to y'all, man.
Hard to come by nowadays. Y'all know what I'm saying. It's real. Joy and pain, pain and joy. I'm trying to do right and unite the homeboys.
Snoop always make these little subgroups with him and other people. You know, he got him and his family, like his cousins, and then he got this one was him and Goldie Lock and fucking Trey D. You know, he do this a lot because he always spread the wealth. You know, he make little sub teams. Snoop love the old school samples, and this is cookout vibes. You know, I just see burgers and dogs, and I see motherfucking potato salad all over the motherfucker.
Here guys, I'm changing and the weather got hot. Over the past year, a lot of niggas with props drop. So I thank you for my life and all that I got. I wanna praise you and drop off a message of pop. I was sitting here looking at your picture, my nigga, putting hash with the weed with a mixture of liquor.
Hey, you got Naughty by Nature, but it really just sounds like a stretch. And he sound dope, man. I've never heard this. He's doing like a tribute to Pac. And if you know anything about the history, him and Pac was close. You know, I'm talking about running the streets. They got stories on stories with each other, I'm sure. It's dope though. And then he do the hook. He sound like motherfucking Nate Dogg on that motherfucker, the way he kicked that joint. And you should listen to it because he's telling you the story of like how he met Pac, how they got cool. He breaking it all down.
All night on the top, hoes love and call all night. It's the CHI, she yo, when the drop with the pedal to the flow. Hoes come to me and get just what they looking for. Looking blind, I'ma die to get more.
Jermaine Dupri don't make whack music. He's incapable of doing it. So then it just kind of come down to taste. I think this song is perfect for this soundtrack. If you've seen the movie, you'd understand that it's a bunch of wild ass kids going to Miami. So it adds completely up. And I like to hear fucking Jermaine Dupri rap. He hides himself in all of these different characters. He probably wrote for whoever this other person is on this record.
I was all alone and I asked your friend to get you on the phone. Cause I was on the phone. I wanna get down.
They tried it. Almost. And I was hoping they wouldn't fuck up a good beat because this is a pretty decent beat. I'm like, all right, you can get off on this joint. And then they come in suspecting the motherfucker. And then they have a moment where they almost, you're like, oh, them niggas might be working with something. Then it's like, nah. Eyelashes be fucking me up. I ain't gonna hold you. This joint beat is there. I think it could even work today with a different song. I feel like the song is a little underwhelming for how dope I feel like this beat is. But it works. Eric Benet, I've always been a fan of my man. If you don't know about him, you're cheating yourself. Do your homework. Love of My Own. Go look that up. But he doing his thing on here. And then, of course, it's the Roots playing that smooth ass shit behind him. Definitely Jazz Fest worthy. Like this. They mixing two different vibes that shouldn't be together. Church and sex. What the fuck are we doing here, people? Nah, I'm cool. Now, when I was younger, I didn't mind trying to get some sex in church. But now that I'm adult, I got other places that I can have my sex.
Hey, sexy. There's something that I want from you. Don't front. You know what it is. Come here. I can't get your thing. I can't get enough your thing.
Well, if you say it like that, damn, you can have it. So the name of this group is Willie Max. This is my group, my personal group I put into the game back in '98. Now I like them. I don't know who the fuck they are, but shout out to y'all, Willie Max. It's three sisters.
I never said goodbye till I reached
Adriana Evans, she is a dog. Don't let this record fool you. It's not a really good record. It's not her style. She don't, they're like forcing her on these like hip hoppy things. She's more of a show tuney, classical singer. And Fife Dog seemed like this ain't really his arena either. He could fuck around, but so it kind of misses for me. It doesn't feel. This is no connection on this. They just like threw these niggas in the room. Well, y'all both talented, make something. The soundtrack started off a little bumpy, but it picks up in the meat of it. It picks up, and then it kind of, just crashes kind of. Yeah, I would say it's kind of a 50-50 thing going on here. That's soundtrack, the sound of that. Have a good one. Get out my face. Get out my face.